gone in a different way of approach. Almost similar in some aspects, but in a different way in another looking into that project. We are just moving our university to north side, and then we have discussed on certain things like why the project exists. We have started like something asking questions. I mean, this is our way of achieving procurement, and by thinking that why the project exists, we got the answer like strategic development is required, and relocation, and organization development, asset development, and growth expansion. Especially in the city center, we don't have the option of growing further. If we want to compete further with other universities and want to reach a higher level, go for a better ranking, we need to compete, and then we should have an option for growth also. That is the reason we are just moving the project which is existing here now. And the next is the project team what we have thought as an approach. And even that one, we have tried ourselves to solve our procurement strategy in the next slide by just giving a question like what the client want to, actually what our university being a client want, and what the completion time scale. I mean, based on the time scale, I mean, when it is actually required and how we are going to approach. And that's how we just have an issue. Next.
Well, coming to the issues that are involved in the project, first of all, the main issue over here is that the university campus which is going to come up is 8 miles away from the city center, and the spread out pattern of the existing university would also create an access to the communication and stuff like that. Then the new accommodation that is going to come up has to cater to the international students, and the intake of the international students is going to increase, so even that has to be taken care of. Then the environment in which the new university and the new development is going to come up is going to be in the green belt. So what are the problems associated with the green belt? For example, the development of the green belt in terms of the commercial use, etc., which wouldn't happen because it is situated there. There will be a lot of problems with the property negotiation with the farmers, etc., which has to be taken care of. Then there are certain organizational conflicts that are involved in the whole project. Then the sustainability of the merging departments, since this is a technologically based university, the new university and the new development that is going to come up, whether it's going to be technologically based again or whether there's going to be encouragement for the economic and social sciences department is another issue which has to be taken care of here. Then the next thing is the academic discipline, wherein again same issues will be taking place as to the technological versus social sciences. The next thing that has to be taken care of would be the politics that are involved into the whole thing, since there are going to be elections in May 2008. The existing 4 buildings that are there in the present campus in the city center are either on lease or they are owned. Some of them are lease or some of them are owned. So the lease, some of the buildings, the lease would expire by the year 2007. And right now they're paying a rent of 100,000 per annum. So that is another thing. Then the next issue would be the Vice Chancellor would be retiring in the next 3 years to come. Then what impact would the relocation of the university have on the ongoing operations? That is also has to be taken care of. Then the funding that is going to take place is from the HEFCE, and that is going to be annual based. That's another issue. And the funding is going to be 90% from the HEFCE, and the remaining 10% the university has to put in. So whether the university is capable of putting in that fund is also another issue that has to be tackled.
Yeah, for that project, we were given 3 growth scenarios, so we had to choose one of from those 3 to come up with our conclusion, recommendation, everything. So we had 3 scenarios. Scenario 1 was base case. Scenario 2 was it was based on historical growth, that is 10 to 50% every 5 years. And scenario 3 was the market-driven growth. There was a target to achieve. It was 50% of growth by the government. So to choose which scenario is the best, we went for SWOT analysis, and we put the weaknesses, strengths, opportunities in grid for all 3 scenarios, so that to choose the best one that we can work on it. Like scenario 1, it has some strengths, that is the base case. We have faculty education can integrate, and there are some weaknesses, like there's not a huge range of students can come. It's only 2,000, and the integration is also an opportunity. With the second scenario, one of the best strength was that we have 10 to 15% growth every 5 years, and we were having a pre-planning because tender or the planning was submitted like 18 or 24 months ago, so that gives a good chance. And it was, the other weakness was it was a little bit high cost, 208 million. It was flexible to move, and merging with TTC, that was another opportunity. But that was a trade also. Will that work or not? And scenario third, one of the strengths was that we have a government support, but in the same breath, that was also political pressure on this, so that was also a threat as well. So based on our SWOT analysis, if you go to the next slide, we came with the scenario selection. So all the team preferred, we go for scenario 2, because it's flexible, affordable, realistic growth potential for minimal borrowing. And why we dropped scenario 1 and 3, because in scenario 1 we don't have any flexibility and there's no realistic budget. And the 3 is high budget and high borrowing, so there is a high risk involved in scenario 3. So that's why we went for scenario 2 and onward. Quentin?
Yeah, we basically moved on from there to look at the merging of projects and the procurement strategy. We have several projects that we came up with. Really, number one being installation and configuration of the IT system of the one-off project based on turnkey. We grouped the administrative library, computer building under one project under D&B procurement. Number 3 is the campus complex, and we grouped there the conference center, the seminar, training, business research institute, dining facilities and leisure, again under D&B procurement route. The 4th project was the engineering and science department, which we chose construction management. The 6th project, economic special studies, education department, again construction management, accommodation buildings under D&B, and landscape and tech development under DM. So basically the organization strategy will look something like this. The estate department at the top, program management just below that to oversee all the various procurement routes with D&B, turnkey, and construction management. That's pretty much what it will look like once things get going.
Right, obviously these are the procurement which we chose, first one being project management. We chose this because it acts as a team leader balancing time, cost and quality, better integration with different projects, design and build, single point responsibility, so allocating responsibility onto the contractor, creating integration between design and construction, improve buildability, and early financial commitment. So we've got turnkey as well, early involvement in projects, easy commission, and contractor responsible for liability. Construction management, close client involvement in the project, improved integration and communication, overlapping needs can reduce project duration, and it's minimum based.
Well, coming to the contract strategy, out of the 3 contract strategies, we as a team we chosen the tendering system, in which one of the open competition, as it is very much openness and accountability is considered, and there is an increased competition as well. There is a lot way of choosing the tendering systems, and the other one is the selective competitors who are the best to undertake the work and the price